What a day it has been for anyone who has ever heard of Charlie Veitch. Myself, I've seen his talk with Max Eigen twice today, and then watched every other talking head chime in, and I feel compelled to do the same. But I will attempt to skip past the emotions and our very, very charismatic protagonist, and ask who, what, when, where, and why. And I believe that these answers do not start or lie with Charlie Veitch, but with the 10th anniversary of 9/11 and the BBC. Keep in mind, this is the largest broadcaster on the planet, and the principal news source for the global English-speaking population. One may also say that it is the most powerful propaganda weapon for the Anglo-American establishment, and the best choice for the definitive psyop to mark the 10th anniversary of 9/11. And here's how that plan might look like. The objective would be to create a major TV documentary that will both discredit 9/11 truth and detract from the worldwide protests and calls for a new investigation. The script: there will be a famous vocal 9/11 skeptic who will go on a journey of discovery behind the events of the day. Through meetings with experts and vigorous debate, the skeptic will begin to question his long-held beliefs. He will probe deep, even in covering new evidence, and eventually he'll be swayed by common sense and the mounting facts that confirm the official story. And this all begins with the candidate selection. BBC would create a shortlist of publicly known activists that generally exhibit the following three traits: an outgoing personality with a desire for publicity and attention, possibly even controversy, merely superficial knowledge of structural engineering and physics needed to understand the official and alternative theories, suggestible character traits, and a history of believing evidence-free assertions. Charlie Veitch evidently ticked all the boxes. But even if he didn't, we would be watching the same show with a different protagonist. Stage 2, theory selection. What the BBC will do here is compile a list of all the major 9/11 conspiracies and documentaries, and alongside it, it'll compile a list of all the major 9/11 conspiracy theorists, activists, documentary makers. Then, together with those two, they will cherry-pick the people and the theories and frame them together into an argument that sounds convincing and is fundamentally flawed. If you look at it from a logical point of view, it will basically be a biased sample of theories and characters converted into a straw man argument. Stage 3, debunking the conspiracy. The elaborate straw man will be presented to the public. It will seem convincing, but it'll eventually fall apart upon deeper investigation. And most likely, it'll furthermore be discredited by the introduction of some new, never-before-seen evidence. The carefully selected opposition will be discredited. This will be done by keeping them talking and interviewing them repetitively until they incriminate themselves, until they attack someone baselessly, or just say something that is factually wrong. The candidate will have a realization that his 9/11 views were a product of his own paranoia of the powers that be, and a careful cult-like indoctrination on behalf of the truth movement. Stage 4, the outrage of the conspiracy cult. The skeptic will be persecuted for merely remaining open-minded and changing his views on 9/11. They will show our protagonist receiving letters, videos, death threats in the mail. Inevitably, the documentary will conclude that 9/11 truth is analogous to a cult whose members are paranoid, irrational, and sometimes inclined to threats and violence. So please, let's not fall into this trap that is about to be set up for us by the BBC. Let's not be abusive towards Charlie. How about we send him flowers and some cards that say, "Get well soon"? How about we encourage him to document his new beliefs and discuss them on a platform like the Corbett Report or the Alex Jones Show? How about we share this video and encourage others, hopefully Danny Shine, to chime in with some tempered views? So let's show the world that if there is a cult in this story, it's not you, me, or the Truth Movement, but the powerful News Corporation with a slick image. Goodbye.